Good evening and welcome to our episode 41. This is a special episode for us. 1 year ago today was our first episode. So it's a 1 year anniversary. And thanks for everyone to just because you stuck around, we are still here. So thank you and let's continue. As always, we'll start with our gratitude attitude. So please gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, relax some more. Take one more deep breath. This time, completely relax yourself as you exhale. Now, think of one thing that you're thankful for that happened to you in the last 1 week. Once you have identified that, think about why you are thankful. Go a little bit deep. And now, let's set it free. If you are by yourself, say it out loud what you are thankful for and why. If you are with someone, tell it to each other. Okay, so today I want to talk about what's known as six perfections. Actually, one of the six perfections. We already talked about a couple of the perfections in the past, including generosity and patience. So let's talk about perseverance today. This is also known as vigor and enthusiasm. I'm sure you heard this expression that goes something like this: half of life is just showing up. I actually tend to think personally 90% of life is showing up. I used to tell this to my kids all the time. All that means is to make sure that you are consistently showing up for what needs to be done. That's all. Keep giving your efforts without regard to short term results or lack thereof. Let me give you an example. When I came to US in my first semester, I was paying for all my expenses. Let me rephrase that actually. My dad was paying for all my expenses. As an international student, the fees are really high. So some of you may know this, that goal for an international student is to receive a research assistantship. In a research assistantship, the university pays for your tuition and gives you a small stipend. In our time, it was about $1,000. So within the very first month, as soon as our semester started, I started knocking doors of every professor. Right? Do you have any research assistant position available? So one professor told me that he had a grant application out with the National Science Foundation. And if it was approved, he would need maybe 2 or 3 research assistants. So I would go visit this professor every other week. Every other Thursday, I'll knock on his door, right? And I'll just ask him, have you heard anything from the NSF, the National Science Foundation? And about 2 months later, almost 2.5 months later, one day I visited the professor and asked if he heard anything. To my surprise, actually, he said, yeah, his application was approved and he was going to need 3 research assistants. He said there were about 10 students looking for this position, they were asking him, and he was going to interview all 10 of them for 2 positions. And he said that he was offering me one of the 2 positions. So I was kind of shocked. I thanked him, of course. And then I was just talking to him and he says, do you know why I offered you this position? I said, no, sir. I had no clue. He explained that I was the only one who was persistent, without fail, every other Thursday knocking his door. And he wanted his lead researcher to be someone with that kind of drive. Who knew, right? Just showing up, knocking the door. And there I was, next 3 semesters, he paid for my tuition. So the point here is that no matter how many times you hear no or fail, we must get up and move towards our goal. Let me put it another way. Have you ever owned a stock? I'm not a stock market guy, actually. I have zero investment in stock market. But I heard a lot of stories where people will say, you know what? I got out of my position because it was going against me. And as soon as I got out, the stock turned around and went higher. If only I held on to this for a few more days or a weeks or 2 weeks or whatever the case may be, right? Just to clarify, this is not meant to be stock market advice. I have zero experience in the stock market, right? But you get the point. What perseverance means is that we must become independent of internal and external influences when we are moving towards a goal. All of you are here listening to these meditation videos and attending sessions live because something in you tells you that you want to become mindful. You want some level of mental peace and joy and bliss within you. If that is the goal, then please make sure that you don't get influenced by outside factors. You'll have good meditation days and not so good meditation days. Some days you may feel like you met Buddha himself. And other days your mind is so wound up that nothing brings peace, it seems. That's perfectly okay. With time, you'll be able to get in a situation where no matter the external conditions, you'll be able to bring your mind to peace. Somebody said this to me the other day. He says, you know what? There are no bad decisions. There are successful ones and there are ones you learn from, right? So please don't give up because you think you're not making progress in your meditation practice. You are certainly making a progress. I had this discussion with a young person recently. Interesting discussion. He's in his early 20s and he was having some challenges. So he called me up. And I was trying to help him walk through a situation, kind of helping him making a plan for long-term success. So we'll talk weekly. After a couple of weeks, he said, you know what? Doesn't seem like I'm making any progress. It feels like 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. I said, okay. Imagine if you're walking from your house to a pizza place, and that's, let's say, 1,000 steps away. Once you start your journey, let's say you take 2 steps forward and 1 step backwards. Say about 10 minutes later, you are maybe 20, 30 steps away from your house. If you did not make 1 step backwards, you will be 40, 50 steps away from your house. So even at 30, 40 steps away from your house, you are still closer to pizza place than you were if you were just sitting in your house, right? And that's what's important. It's okay if it feels like we are going backwards. The moral of the discussion here is to make sure you keep performing beneficial actions. Don't give up because you're not seeing immediate results. So this is one of the, believe it or not, 6 perfections, they call it. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll look at a couple of more. But in today's meditation, we'll go back to one of the ones we had done before called MAC technique. Mindfulness, awareness, concentration, right? So as always, we'll settle down at our heart. And then let's try to imagine that our mind is this vast, bright, sunny sky. And thoughts are clouds that come and go. We will observe the thoughts that may come and disappear in this vast empty space. We'll hold on to that clarity for as long as we can. If we get distracted, we'll use our MAC technique, meaning that as soon as we notice that a thought is coming, right? Or even if we are within a thought, once we notice that, right, that's mindfulness. We'll use our alertness to bring ourselves back and then go back into the meditative state. And be mindful of any thought that may just show up, alert about it, and then come back, right? So that's the idea. If you're ready, let's start. Please get into a meditation posture. So get into a cross-legged sitting position. If you are sitting on a chair, make sure your legs are straight. Your back is straight, spine erect. Gently close your eyes. Keep your mouth just a little bit open. That way, any tension you may be holding on in your jaws will disappear. Put your palms in your lap, right over left, thumbs gently touching each other. Now take a deep breath. As you exhale, relax your body. Bring your attention at your nostril to the sensation of your breath. Feel the cool air as you breathe in. Feel slightly warmer air as you breathe out. keep your focus on sensation of your breath and breathe on your own for about a minute or so. Now, bring your attention at your heart. Imagine everything that happened before this moment melts into light and disappears. Things that have not yet happened are not real anyway. So there is just this moment. Enjoy the peace that this moment brings. Stay in this joyful moment for a minute or so. Now imagine your mind is this vast, deep blue sky, nothing but empty space, full of clarity. Our thoughts are like clouds in that sky. They come and they disappear. Enjoy this bright sunny sky. Be mindful of any thoughts that might show up. Use your alertness to come back to your meditation. If your thought carries you somewhere else, please come back. Go back to sensation of your breath for about 10 breaths. If a thought pops up, just acknowledge it and come back to your meditation. If you find yourself lost in some stories, come back. Go back to sensation of your breath for about 5 to 10 breaths. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Okay. Any questions? Go ahead, Chirag.
I don't have a questions, but I think I agree with you regarding being persistent. Just like your story, I had a customer. I persisted for year and a half,
18 months, huh?
18 months, and now he doesn't buy from anybody but me. So
There you go. There
so
you go.
it's I agree. I think in not just business but in life, a lot of things are needed to be. We need to be persistent, especially when we things are not going right. So we need to stick to the basic.
It's easy to give up, right? Giving up is easy. People don't understand that, right? But when one does give up, you don't know, maybe the last time you met that guy, right? If you give up just on that time that he offered you that, business, right? You would never gotten that. So that's a very good story.
Yeah, and also want to thank you for giving your time for last 1 year. So
Oh, no worries, man. It's been fun. I enjoyed.
Yeah, I second that. Thank you, Nirabai. This year, last year has been a quite a turmoil, and this half an hour in a week energize you. So thank you. You will get all the blessings.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And hopefully, you guys are uh, adding some to it. Like, you know, somebody told me this weekend I was in a meditation retreat, and somebody asked a question to the teacher, says, how many times should we do every week? And the guy says, well, 7 is better, but 6 is, better than 5, is better than 4, is better than 3, is better than 2, is better than 1, right? So hopefully you can do, at least maybe 2, right? Start with that. So thank you. Premal, you were saying?
No, nothing. Yeah, just the same thought. I mean, it's when you said it's been a year, I was like, wow, that didn't realize it was that long, but it's been great.
Yeah, I didn't realize until I started writing the lesson plan, and I have like table of content with the dates on it. I was like, what? June 2nd was the first one. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, long time. So that's good that we stuck around together, and
Yeah.
hopefully this thing goes on for a while.
Oh, we're learning a lot, so for sure.
I don't
Yeah, I'm having blast. So thank you.
I don't see why not. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's keep it going. So thank you.